Hi, this is Analia with Your Marriage Restored, and I wanted to welcome you to a Testimony Tuesday video. We haven't done one in a while that's specifically geared towards our testimony. And this is kind of part of it because it is definitely something that we have learned over the last 4 years that is becoming just so more and more known to us, and something that we're becoming more aware of as we continue on in our ministry and our own personal restoration. And that is, you'll often hear people say, oh, Satan just doesn't want my marriage to work out. He's just so against me, and he's just making it so hard, and the enemy is just doing everything he can to, separate my spouse and I and just make our restoration impossible. And, while Michael and I are in full agreement that the enemy is in full force, and the last thing that he wants is for your marriage to be restored, because, think about it, a godly marriage that is on fire and where the husband and wife are so in love with each other, and it's an incredible relationship, is only going to be something that is just going to glorify God and completely, mess up the enemy's plans. So while we agree that he is ever present, and it's a daily battle, Michael and I are fully convinced that he got to us and all of you watching when you were a child. If you look back in your time as a child, there was any sort of a traumatic event, the loss of a loved one, a rejection, any kind of an abuse, especially sexual abuse, that is where he did his work right there. The best laid plans for him were right there when you were a child, because you didn't have the maturity and the walk with God for a period of time that was really going to strengthen you and help you to be able to overcome anything that you may have occurred when you were a child. Because the innocence that's there as a child, you're just not equipped to do things differently. And most of the time as a child, you have no control over what happens to you. You're basically at the mercy of the adults and sometimes even the other kids that are around you. So make no mistake about it, most of the work he did, he's already done. He already did. And the amazing thing, though, is that we can have victory in Christ any time in our life, and we can overcome those things that happen to us. Michael and I are very familiar with abuse. We both come from broken homes. We both experienced sexual abuse. We both experienced drug addicted and alcoholic fathers who were also adulterers. And, we get it. We really understand. We don't want you to ever think that we're coming to you from a place of not having experienced a lot of the stuff that you've experienced in your life as well, because we have. And so I just really want you to get that. Yeah, of course he doesn't want your marriage to succeed. Of course not. And the work that he has done, he did it a long time ago, all right? Which this is like, unfortunately, we continue to experience the fallout even as we get older, and we're in different relationships, before we were married, while we're married, with our co-workers, family members, and things like that. So remember that, and it doesn't have to be that way. You don't have to stay in that place. It can still be really incredible, and we can get victory over the enemy all the time, especially being believers. All right, so thank you so much for listening. Have a great week. Hey, and keep us in prayer this week for we're doing an intensive. Keep us in prayer, and the couples who are attending would really appreciate that. I know they would as well. And Michael would be here with me. He's been feeling a little under the weather, so he's resting so we can get strengthened and ready for our intensive this coming week. So have a great rest of the week. We love you. We are for your marriage and for your restoration all the way. And remember, you can do all things in Christ who strengthen you. And you don't have to fall back on the old patterns. And it's okay to be afraid. Fear not doesn't mean that you won't ever have anything to fear. It means that you can overcome fear through Christ. So don't worry about change. Don't be afraid of it. It's all right. It's a good thing. All right. You have a great week and be blessed. Bye-bye.